Oceanus Theta, 124 years later. The Cavatina, now a semi-retired relic, sat quietly tethered in planetary orbit, no longer the jewel of rejuvenation it once was, but a floating museum. Tours were rare. The returner age had begun to wane. Society had grown uneasy with the moral weight of living forever. Dr. Reya Calder, a temporal anthropologist, was cataloging the last of the analog data cores found in the ship's helm. She wasn't here as a tourist. She came chasing ghosts, particularly those born from myth. She preferred her nickname, Reya. Family legends whispered that a girl had once danced barefoot across a ship of time. No proof. No names. Just echoes. In a sealed black crystal, tagged inconsequential, corrupt, Reya discovered a hidden node nested deep in the ship's haptic storytelling suite. When she ran the decryption, the lights flickered. The walls shimmered. A hollow bloomed like breath on glass. It was a message. A young man, early 30s, ash-blonde hair, calm eyes. He stood beside a girl, 19, laughter stitched into her posture like stardust. If you're watching this, the ship listened. We hoped it would. This is our story, not one of time, but of timing. We loved in reverse and
and left this so we wouldn't vanish completely. We were Alden and Reya. And if time undoes us, may memory remake us. Reya didn't cry. But she touched the screen the way one might trace a constellation. Reya. Her name, her face. Maybe truth. Maybe fable. But the resemblance was undeniable. She uploaded the message to Earth's memory archives. A love that had unraveled through spacetime was now woven into history, no longer hidden, but retold. On Oceanus Theta, where gravity curled time and the sea never met land, Alden and Reya's love unfolded like a tide, quiet, slow, and inevitable. He noticed her first in the low light of the solarium deck, her silhouette framed by the moonswirl ocean outside, dancing alone to music only she seemed to hear. Alden, once a financier of lunar freight routes, had never seen someone so unaffected by wealth or time. Reya, a girl from Earth's forgotten coastlines, wore her awe with pride. Every bioluminescent coral bloom, every gravity-shifted sunrise, was a miracle. They began as unlikely companions. He was 84, already reversing into middle age. She was 19 and yet had seen more hardship than most passengers combined. But time is a strange currency aboard the Cavatina, and their days flowed not with schedule, but with feeling. They talked in odd hours, over seafruit at midnight feasts, or beside koi pools suspended in artificial tides. She introduced him to songs by forgotten earth bands, he introduced her to chess and ancient stargazing myths. They didn't call it love. There was no need. He touched her arm once after she told a story about her mother's last day alive. That was beautiful, he said, and Reya didn't move away. From then on, affection grew like moss. Gently, where it found light and stillness. Yet for all its tenderness, there was an urgency beneath their connection. They were not racing against time, they were rewinding into it. Every tick of the planetary cycle made Alden younger. His laugh deepened, his eyes sparkled, and his hands, those once spotted and shaking, became sure and smooth again. Reya would remain the same. He would return to Earth 30 and untethered. She would be 7. So they cherished fragments. Her forehead resting on his shoulder in the observation dome. Sketching each other in the sand of an artificial beach. The shared silence of people who knew their days were numbered, but backward. On their last night, they entered the atrium garden after curfew. Floating vines glowed cerulean. Reya brought the repaired locket. Alden brought a recording device. They told their story, together, and embedded it into the ship's data cores, not to protest, but to be remembered. "I'll find you," he said. "Not yet," she answered. And they kissed once, without time, without age, without regret.